Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Chop Talk. I am your co-host. I'm Andre C. Right over here, it's the broken princess herself. It's Melball. How you doing, Melball?
I am doing great, Andre. As you can see, my bones are on display. I wish those were bones. Um, I'm dealing with a pinched nerve. I'm having some fun not feeling my thumb for the last few days. It's what you get for eating around stuff, an obnoxious amount of stuff. Hoy. My sister has been up in town for the last little week, so we've been cleaning out a bit of a hoarder's house. We've been getting our exercise and steps in. We've been getting our health and safety in. It's been a journey. It's been a burden. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing pretty good. I got back into the gym on Wednesday. I'm feeling
Yay.
pretty good now. I was feeling a little lethargic because I fell off of working out for a couple days, and I just shouldn't have done that. But I'm back in. I'm going. I'm back. I'm back. I'm
Hey.
back at full steam. So don't worry. I'm good. But I'm doing good. Well, I'm catching up on pro wrestling. Just been a good. Yeah, trying to
Yeah,
finish up
yeah.
yesterday's New Japan show, so I can hopefully watch tomorrow's two matches before we have to talk about them on the Japanese wrestling update tomorrow.
Yes, yes. We will have to make sure we do that. Yes, I just watched the qualifiers from the A block, B block. What was it, the semifinals?
Yeah, I semifinals for A and B block. I've watched one of the A block semifinals and one of the
Mm.
B block semifinals. Still have to watch the other two, and I'll be doing that right after this. We're done doing this, so
Oh my God.
I fell
You're in
asleep
for a
last.
treat.
I
You are
fell
in for
asleep
a
last.
treat.
I fell asleep last night before I could get to it, so I was very tired. I'd been up since 5:30. I'd worked out in the morning, then went into work all day, then recorded with you for our last Chop Talk. That was the Melball's RCW experience. So
Yes.
for this
Summer
one,
breakout?
yeah, this is the Andre LPW experience show.
Yes. Yay.
Yay!
All right, well, take us
Oh.
into your spiel before we get into the deal, my friend.
So before we get into the show, I want to thank each and every single one of you. We really do appreciate all of you supporting us, whether it's Andre Melball Wrestling Talk, whether it's Backrigger Video. We really, what are you doing? Whether we,
Hmm.
I was only pointing. I wasn't doing the whole hand thing. Anyways,
I know
we
because
really,
I've annoyed you into doing something different.
because we love you all, and we want to thank you all for so much for all the support on both channels and all the support you guys give us over Sunday's main event for all the Japanese wrestling content. Thank you so very much. If you are watching on the YouTubes, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment down below. Please share stuff with all your friends, family, and kooky little people who happen to walk down the middle of the street. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you learn every time we drop a new video.
Ding dong. Maybe also hit the
Hello.
little people in the street.
No, it
10
just
points. 10 points.
I live in a small town, so like I'm driving on all it's all residential roads, right? Most like you know what I mean. So like there's no like set lane on the, on like in the city. So you're driving down and people just walk randomly in the street, and you're like, hey, get the fuck out of my way! I'm a car. Move! I'm a car. But it's just uh
This is where we're having the horn say something besides beep beep would be great.
get the fuck out of the way.
Move, bitch. Get out the way.
No, just get the fuck out of my way.
No. Ludicrous all the way. Take us into the show, my friend.
So we kick it off LPW 27 Slam. Unreal. But before we get any matches, I'm giving a huge shout out to our boy Ben, Judge Ben Omen, because he killed it with making sure those ropes were super tight tonight on that show there last week. Yeah. Ben Ben even commented about us commenting on it. Oh, okay, I can't
Wait,
hear you.
what?
Oh, there you go.
I
Yeah, he made a
muted
comment.
myself for the benefit of listening to you and not me kind of wander around and clap.
Oh no, Ben made a comment about because we had comment the last show that saying the ropes were a little loose. So Ben's like, I made sure this time to make sure they're nice and tight. and then
Thank you, Ben.
Nathan turns to me because this is before the show and he goes, make sure Ben gets a shout out on the show. And I'm like, I will.
Oh, Ben, always taking care of us.
Ben making sure everybody's safe.
Good job, Ben. Good job.
But we kicked the show off with our gauntlet match, which means this match is 3 matches. So it turned a 6-match card into an 8-match show. Yeah.
I mean, bonus.
Bonus. We kick it off with Dean Richter versus Rich King. Let's go. This was a fire way to start a show. They have like a pose off early, and like Dean doesn't want to pose with them. And then they get into a test of strength. Dean gets Rich down, but as Rich is coming back and power back through, Dean kicks him in the leg just like a jerk. They fight throughout. Dean does his corner pose at one, running into the corner, poses up in the corner, then runs back, hits that beautiful hesitation drop kick. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Rich ends up catching a kick at one point, slams him into the corner with a strike, hits the rising knee, hits a flatliner, and rolls into the Koji clutch. I love it. I love that goddamn move because that takes flexibility to hit a Koji, to do a Koji clutch, because you have the arms wrapped around the head, then you have to bring the legs up to wrap around the head too. That is tough. Then he turns it into a modified crucifix, but Dean Richter ends up standing up, but Rich ends up slipping off the shoulders, and they keep on battling. At one point, Rich reverses an arm drag into a modified Olympic slam. Actually, it looks more like Utami's, like when she kind of gets somebody up behind her back and slams her down. Yeah, it looked like that.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah, it very much looked like that. Dean reverses the 867 driver into a forearm and then hits that electric chair into the German, or otherwise known as Kreuzrath if you're a Kenny Omega fan, but only gets 2. Dean goes to the top. He gets attacked. They fight up top. Dean headbutts Rich, sending him off top. But Rich runs back at Dean, hops up to the top, hops up on the top rope, and then runs Dean off of the top rope. Beautiful spot there. Rich reverses a Death Valley driver at the end of the match by Dean Richter and hits him with the 867 driver for the win. Rich moves on, and he will be in the second match. He faces the Canadian Goose. So Goose gets in. He's hitting the bionic wings and gets his double underhook DDT for 2. Rich gets his gets Goose down, gets his tips up, jumping elbow for 2. He gets this lion tamer style cloverleaf on, which looked really nasty. Goose came back with a headbutt and gets a corner splash. Rich ends up getting a final cut elbow to Goose, but he only gets a 2 count there. Rich hits him with the Olympic slam, but he's delayed on the cover, so he's crawling back and gets on Goose. Goose grabs him in a crucifix. 1, 2, 3. Goose pins Rich King, which I was booing my head off for this.
I would not doubt it. I would. Wow. That was unexpected. Did not expect that at all.
Yeah, I was not happy there. I was not happy.
I would assume not, but it sounds like Rich gave one hell of a freaking match there, though.
Oh, he did. And he was in control for a majority of his match with Goose, but Goose caught him in the end. So, but we went on to Goose versus Pride. And Pride rocking some new blue and black gear, looked really sharp. I really quite like the new gear. I know Kat sent you pictures of that. I think I sent you a picture of it at 1.2. But yeah.
Yeah, you guys did, yeah.
Yeah, Goose rolling up Pride a couple of times right at the beginning of the match, and then Pride just starts beating the piss out of Goose. It's that flipping neck breaker that he does. Goose ends up fighting back, attacks Pride up top, and he ends up hitting with a beautiful looking superplex. Gets those bionic wings, hits the Goose driver or the pile driver, but Goose only gets 2. He goes for the Blade Runner. It's reversed. It's reversed, and Pride attacks him, gets the Dragon Sleeper, but Goose gets to the ropes. Pride ends up hitting a stomp in the end. He puts on a Dragon Sleeper over the knee, looking just nasty as hell, and Goose is forced to tap out, and Pride is your winner and your new number 1 contender for the LPW Grand Championship. What do you think?
Interesting. Yes, you guys did send me some pictures of the gear, but I think it was from what happened later in the show, I
I
think.
think so.
Yeah. I didn't realize Richter was LPW that night. That's why he wasn't at RCW.
Mm-hmm.
Dang it. Oh, Val. It sounds like it was a fun kind of opener for you guys. Get 4 really, really great wrestlers who are really being pushed in every aspect of every company that they're kind of in right now. Yeah. You guys couldn't have asked for a better open. That's great. The gauntlet style is different. Would you have liked it? Well, they do have the scramble match, so I guess a tornado style would have been a little too much. So I think I like the variety of the gauntlet in there. What were you gonna say?
I would have been okay with maybe like an elimination match. To see all 4 men in one match together and maybe elimination style. That would have been cool too. But I like the gauntlet style. It gave me like 3 distinct different matches, which was really nice.
Mm,
And it gave Pride an advantage. With Rich did beat up Goose pretty hard. So gave Pride
mhm.
a good advantage at the end against Goose. But it was a really good, solid 3 matches to open the show.
Yeah. Also gives some kind of, I guess, a starting of a new chapter for Pride. You got the new gear, you got the number 1 contendership now for what has been a little bit of a dry period for him. It's going to be interesting to see how he kind of goes forward with this, especially given what you showed me happen later in this show.
Yeah, I might have something to show all of you at the end of this one. So yeah.
Oh,
But yeah,
ah,
again, very good way to open the show with those 3 solid matches, and none of them went too long either. I think the longest of the 3 matches was Rich versus Dean. So, yeah. So we move on to the LPW Tag Team Championship match. It is Ride or Dies, Stephen Crow and Taryn from Accounting defending their titles against Michael, Alan, Richard, Clark, and Jared Rogers. So their second match of the team in LPW, and they're already challenging for the titles. And again,
is that factual? Is that?
well, their first match together was last month, so at least in
Oh,
LPW. But it's not a shot at the team because I love this team. It's just more of the fact
mm-hmm,
of where are we at for tag teams in LPW? Because I want to see more tag teams being brought in and being designed in this company.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I agree. Continue.
Yeah, so it gets Mark and Jared actually end up taking the belts from the ref and pose on the ropes, and Crow ends up attacking Rogers, starts beating him up, and TFA just runs over and just takes her belt from Michael and Richard Clark. It was a pretty good scene at the start. Again, good battling early on. Crow ends up at one point gets a swinging face buster and a sliding Larry to the back. Looked really good. Jared actually gets this beautiful double drop kick off the top to both members of a Ride or Die. Michael and Richard Clark hits a high cross to both members of Ride or Die at one point. Hits TFA with the Falcon Arrow and dodges Crow. Dodges out of the way of Crow, who ends up sentoning TFA in the middle of the ring. I was like, oh. Yeah. So the battle a little more. TFA ends up hitting a beautiful spine buster and then follows it up with the Yujiro Takahashi style pimp juice DDT that from the kneeling position DDT, but she only gets 2 out of that one. Mark, sorry. Yes, Mark ends up shoving Crow into TFA. Then he BME hits the beautiful best moonsault ever. to Crow. Mark hits a Claudioplex to TFA from the apron, follows it up and then power bombing Crow, but only gets a 2 count out of it. The end of this match comes. Mark's doing push-ups on Stephen Crow. TFA ends up kicking Stu into the push-ups of Mark. And then TFA hits Mark in the face with a title belt. Crow ends up rolling up Michael Richard Clark. Again, I have to abbreviate for this man. Michael Richard Clark for the win. And Michael Richard Clark indicating that the tights were pulled and the ref didn't see it. So and I'm running this match back. So I really enjoyed this match. It was a really fun tag match. Everybody interacting with each other very well in this one.
Impressive. You know I love me some Yujiro Takahashi.
Yeah.
So good.
When
One of the more underrated guys in NJPWN.
Yeah, when she pulled out that DDT, I was like, yeah, I literally wrote pimp juice.
It is pimp juice because Big Juice is the rising one. Interesting. Yeah. Interesting. That makes me happy to hear. Because I really like Jared Rogers. Did he do his little head flip thing? That's always super impressive to me.
He does that every time when he comes into the ring, he does that head flip up on his entrance. I love it. I love it so much.
I feel like he does it with something else though. He usually
he does it with a
something
move
in the corner.
He does a move. I can't remember if he did it in the match, but I know he did it pre-match on his entrance.
I'd love to see him do it for like a lot of his stuff. Like just do a head flip into like a lariat when he throws someone off the ropes, or like head flip into something, just into anything. Really, it's impressive. Have a strong neck like that.
You should head flip up and then do a moon, and then standing moonsault right out of it onto somebody. Just do a front flip over them and then moonsault onto them. I would love that.
Why the fuck not? Give it a try.
Why not? Why not? So we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on to the third match / fifth match of the evening. It's Marz the Specialist versus Sheik Shabaz. This was phenomenal.
I don't doubt it.
These two killed it, man. Like, man, Sheiky Baby is so good, and Marz is just this undeniable talent that we're getting to see. We're getting to witness rise in professional wrestling, because this man is still very young and has so much future in front of him. And I see this man evolving so much. Sheik actually wants this match to be for the clandestine title that Marz is holding. But Ben's like, no, this isn't Thursday. And Thad's also on the outside going, no. But like Marz like, I'm willing to put the title on the line, but Ben's like, no, this isn't Thursday. And Thad just yelling, no, this title is not on the line, because Thad is holding Marz's belt at that point. Yeah. So they get into the match, really good match. Marz ends up sending Sheik out and ends up drop kicking him off the apron. Then just this beautiful tope suicida. Like he ran right into him and then just landed on his feet. It looks so good. Oh, it looks so good.
I love those spots. Robbie Eagles is just like that, does the same thing, and it's so impressive.
There's a point where they get back in the ring, fight for a bit, but then Sheik ends up sending Marz to the floor and then knee drops him right into the ribs on the outside. It looked really gross. And then ends up like slamming him onto the apron, pushes him in, and hits that Eddie Guerrero senton over the top rope. But man, that knee to the ribs looked brutal. Yeah.
I don't doubt it. I mean, Sheiky's always been good with those kicks.
Sheiky getting those long distance flying European uppercuts, hits his suplex for 2. He then ends up getting a inverted superplex off the top, which will look just crazy. Later in the match, Marz gets the Busaiku knee, but only gets 2. Sheik slips out of the TKO, but Marz ends up slipping out of the choke slam. He hits a super kick, sending Sheik to the floor. But as he goes for the suicide dive, Sheik ends up hitting him with a European uppercut to cut off the dive, and then hits him with a huge pile driver in the ring. But Marz kicks out at 2.99974. Got to do the math. Marz ends up slipping out of the burning hammer. And this is where Thad has been trying to interfere throughout the entire match, but Marz has been like, no, don't do that. And Thad ends up tripping up Sheik. and this is where Marz gets pissed at Thad. Sheik ends up booting Thad off the apron because Thad's trying to apologize to Marz. Marz and Sheik each start reversing each other. Mark hits this beautiful, or Marz. My words don't get to me today. Marz hits the enziguri, finishes them off with the TKO for the win. Marz the Specialist is your winner in what was if it wasn't for this was on level with Larry and Thickness, and I think Blaze and Alan Angels were just a step above that one. So, but man, this match was really, really, really good. I love this.
I don't expect that, or I didn't not expect that seeing this match. I mean, wow, you had a great match. Right?
And I didn't, and that
Like
wasn't
a
even
banger.
everything in my notes. There was even more that they did.
Holy shit. I
Oh yeah,
missed out on that one, that's for sure.
yeah.
Wow,
For
cool,
character
cool.
wise, this was my match of the night because just these two just playing off each other so well. Oh, so
Mhm.
good. The main event though was so much character work inside of a great match on top of it all too.
So we're seeing more cracks forming at this point with Seven, with Thaddeus and Marz. We had seen the cracks forming with Jack Pride and Marz. Now we see the cracks forming even more with Thaddeus. My goodness. Where is the glue?
I
Where
never
is
thought
TJ Cannon?
I never thought in my life I'd want TJ Cannon back in Alberta professional wrestling because I've booed that man for so long. But
You did.
to save Seven, we need TJ Cannon back. Like
You do.
they've been falling
You sure
apart since
do.
Cannon's disappearance. So
It's
what's
just
Cannon?
like Japanese wrestling took a dip when Liger retired. Seven has taken a dip since TJ Cannon's retired.
Yeah, or
We
retired
need
from
TJ
Alberta
Cannon.
wrestling at least. He's still going hard in Winnipeg. Winnipeg Pro Wrestling. He's still doing really good over there. So
I'm just saying, bring back the glue.
yeah, we need the glue. We need the glue.
We need the glue.
We move on to what probably was my best in-ring match of the night. These two absolutely tore the place down. Michael Richard Blaze versus Alan Angels for the LPW Challenge Championship. MRB off the top, shotgun dropkick, or John Woo dropkick, whatever you want to call it, off the hop, sending Alan Angels into the corner. He starts beating the hell out of him. Alan just comes back, beating the hell out of MRB, and now Alan Angels gets a small package for two. At one point, he hits a beautiful half and half suplex for two. I was like, oh, yes. Trent Beretta style. Oh, I loved it. Blaze at one point flips over Alan Angels coming out of the corner, but then Angels hits this beautiful BME out of the corner for two. Blaze comes right back with that insane spine buster that he does. These two were going move for move, and it was just utter perfection. Alan catches MRB off the top into a figure four. Before that, he was just dragon screwing the shit out of Michael Richard Blaze, and then he caught him into a figure four. It was great, but Blaze does get the ropes. Blaze ends up pulling Angels off the top, takes him off the top, and goes old school, hitting his kneecap brainbuster. I was like, yes! I was so excited. He hasn't done that move in so long, that kneecap brainbuster. I was like, yes, he brought it back. Blaze uses the ref and using the ref to block Angels, tries to get Gates of Salvation, but Alan Angels gets a Romero special. Oh yeah, you got a Romero special on Blaze, but Blaze gets to the ropes. Yeah, I was super excited. I'm like, that's a Romero special. I was excited to see
I
it.
could only imagine you did that.
Yeah. Blaze ends up pulling at the apron. The ref pushes it back into place. And this is where Blaze kicks Alan Angels in the penis and gets a two. It's just not nice. Don't kick people there. It's not nice. I love you, Blaze, but it's not nice. Blaze gets Alan on his shoulders. He climbs up to the second rope, but Alan Angels fights him off and knocks him off the top, and then hits a frog splash, and then gets a single leg Billy Goat's curse. But Crow comes out. Alan Angels lets go. Blaze tries to use the LPW tag title that was given to him, but Alan Angels gets it, and he ends up hitting Blaze with it. And then Crows hits because Blaze got the title from TFA. So this is the title that he hit Blaze with. Then Crow comes in with the ref distracted and hits Angels. But hits with it, and it just crazy. But Angels fights back, hits the Angels wings to Blaze. But this is where TFA rolls over and puts Blaze's foot on the ropes, and I'm just like, oh my god, this is it's just pure insanity. Alan Angels chases off TFA, but he ends up getting caught by Blaze, and Blaze hits him with the final consecration, or toasted bagel if you're nasty, for the win. Michael Richard plays still your LPW Challenge Championship, but this match was insane. It's gonna be on my list for indie matches of the year. These two killed it.
I immediately forgot we were doing that. And I feel like you remind me every single time we do a show, and I'm like, well, yeah, I should probably put that into consideration in my notes. I'm an idiot.
I really want to do the show just for the Jason Rutledge Award. That's my driving force behind that show now. Is the Jason
It
Rutledge?
really is. And then I didn't even get to see him. He was at the LPW show, not the RCW show. To be fair, though, I mean, I did get my sister pretty drunk on like half the cost. So who really won there, right?
It was a tie. It was a tie.
Sounds like this was a really awesome match, man. Disappointed I missed it.
Yeah, Alan Angels, and he's indicating he will be back again. So like, but the dude is so good, and I think the best thing this guy did was leave AEW and go to TNA because it gave him such an opportunity to really expand who he is as a personality, and he's really come into his own that way, and has gotten far more upper echelon opportunities in the X division and stuff in TNA. So it's obviously AEW has a farther reach, but he's so much higher profile. And now with TNA's little working relationship with WWE and NXT, I'd love to see them pull Alan Angels in for a match on NXT. Give him that spotlight. I'd love to see it.
Hey, it could happen. It could happen. Let's cross our fingers and everything else.
Yeah. So we move on. It went to intermission. We came back with the LPW Scramble Championship. It is Zoe Sager, Wolfboy Will Mantla, and Riley Cruz challenging T.Y. Jackson. Just crazy start. Everybody's battling with everybody. T.Y. gets Cruz and Wolfboy to the floor and hits a beautiful dive over the top to the floor. There's a spot where Wolfboy's against the ropes and TY's holding him. Like TY's against the ropes, holding Wolfboy, and Zoe comes up to go for Oblivion, but Wolfboy moves away, and this where TY just grabs Zoe and just slams her to the mat to block out the Oblivion. Looked so good. Yeah. Riley Cruz ends up getting this really cool springboard Rough Rider for 2. It looked really good. Cruz dropped. Pardon?
What is that?
It's Zack Ryder's finish where he runs up and like jumps up in the air and like leg drops somebody's face like to the face, bring them down into the mat. But
okay. Yeah. Okay. I didn't know that's what it was called.
Yeah. No, sorry. I think it was TY2 Cruz. I apologize. But yeah. And then he had just hit in the O face to the Wolf Boy right before it. Cruz ends up dropping TY at one point. He hits the encore, which is his corkscrew senton off the top for 2. Zoe hits a scorpion kick to Cruz at one point, then hits him with a haluva kick in the corner. Then that running knee, but then Wolf Boy breaks up the pin. It's beautiful assisted springboard Rana by Wolf Boy to TY from the apron, then hits a 619. Again, just crazy stuff going on throughout the match. Zoe hits a gorgeous looking Trouble in Paradise to Cruz for 2. Zoe versus TY into a code red, but Wolf Boy super kicked Zoe to stop the pin. It was just like he just kicked her in the face to stop the pin. It looked great. Zoe gets a John Woo / shotgun drop kick to TY, hits a jawbreaker to Cruz, then hits the Oblivion to TY, and then just such good stuff. In the match comes, TY goes to the top, gets crotched by Zoe. She goes up, and we get this weird ass Tower of Doom attempt, but Zoe fights off Wolf Boy and Riley Cruz, drop kicks Wolf Boy off the top rope, hits a springboard Z Factor to Riley Cruz, but TY ends up coming off the top after, like, she hits the springboard into the Z Factor and then ends up kind of going backwards. And TY comes off the top, swantons her, and pins her for the win. Great match. Great match. These guys, like, everybody works so well together.
You know, these scramble matches are the matches I look forward to the most when I go to LPW. It sounds like I missed a really fracking good one. God damn. The way you were talking, I was like, is Zoe a Grand Slam champion?
Not
No.
yet. Not yet.
Like, the way you were going up to it, I was like, oh shit. She's a Grand Slam champion? Not quite. Not quite. That's freaking cool. Sounds like a great match, man. That makes me really, really happy. I felt like I had seen Riley Cruz at RCW, but maybe I saw his doppelganger. I don't know.
Yeah.
I swear I saw him in the parking lot.
Because this match would have been like around the 9 o'clock mark when it started. So, yeah, that's about the time this one started at. I don't know when you saw him in the parking lot, but
I'm feeling like it was after the RCW show. I don't know. Maybe I'm also just, crazy. I have been dealing with a lot of pain and pain medication lately, so
there might have been a person just happened to look like him.
Hey, you never know. Like I said, could have been his doppelganger. We're way off topic here. I love Wolf Boy. I love seeing his content on TikTok. If you don't follow him, please go follow him. He is endlessly entertaining, putting out promos, showing off his skills, showing off where he's going, all the things he's doing. I actually genuinely enjoy looking at his content. It makes me happy to see. It makes me happy to see him getting these opportunities as well, going into the scramble matches with some incredible wrestlers like TY and Zoe. Like, holy hecking crap. What a match I missed. I'm sad.
You really did. It really did. But we move on to the main event of the evening. It is for the LPW Grand Championship. It is your champion, Lumberjack Larry Woods, versus the Thickness Reid Matthews. So the start of the match, Larry gets the arm, and the crowd starts chanting, "Break his arm! Break his arm!" But then Thickness reverses, getting the arm of Larry, and the crowd starts chanting, "We meant Larry! We meant Larry!" Oh my god, it was so good.
Of course you guys did. Of course you did.
No,
I love it.
That was Jason and his crew chanting that. And me and
Oh, sure.
Our table joined in on it, but those guys were coming up with it, and it was great. Yeah, there's great spots. Larry ends up getting Thickness out to the floor, hits a tope suicida, looked really good. Thickness catches the leg and a kick in the ring, and hits his leg trap suplex for 2. Larry goes for a springboard, goes to springboard off into something, but Thickness just catches him and smashes him into this German. Looked so good and got a 2 count out of it. They fought out onto the stage at one point, and they're fighting back and forth. Larry ends up hitting a flapjack to Thickness, where he just lifts him up and slams and he goes face first into the stage. Just wham! Like the 3D, but without the guy hitting the cutter, is what he did to him on the stage. It looked really good. Yeah. Back in the ring, Larry gets the Green Bay plunge and then follows it up with a side effect, but he's delayed on getting the cover, so he only gets 2. Larry misses the leg drop. Thickness is where Thickness gets Larry seated in the corner, hits a beautiful cannonball for 2. Larry does this really great spot where he reverses the Blue Thunder bomb into a Hurricane Rana. It looks really good. Larry ends up on the floor. Thickness goes for a low pay, but Larry dodges, and Thickness just goes crashing into the chairs. Like, they look brutal.
Oh, ouch. Jesus.
Yeah. He literally did a suicide dive to the chairs.
Jesus.
Oh, it was
Jeez.
crazy. So Larry
Flying
gets
Thickness?
Yeah. Larry gets Thickness back inside, hits the top rope leg drop, but only gets 2 because again he was delayed on getting the cover. Thickness stops the Sawmaker and hits a rolling elbow and that just vicious knee for 2. Thickness goes to the top and he busts out a move I haven't seen him do before. Just comes off the top, just spinning and ends up hitting this like corkscrew splash to Larry, but only gets a 2. Dude, it looked great. He just came off the top, just spinning like which like wee bam, and just landed
You'll
on.
have to consult your inside sources to find out what the name of that is. I'm sure he has a name for it.
Yeah. Towards the end of the match, Thickness stops the Sawmaker with a boot, hits a Blue Thunder bomb, but again can only get 2. He goes for another cannonball, but Larry dodges out of the way. He hits kicks. It hits a super kick. Thickness stops the Sawmaker, but Larry reverses. He gets Larry up, but Larry reverses gets back into the Sawmaker, hits it, hits another 1, 2, 3. Lumberjack Larry Woods retains the LPW Grand Championship, and then after the match, there was a respect moment between Thickness and Larry. Yeah. There was.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So something I wanted to ask because I don't recall you mentioning it. Was Zoe accompanied to the ring by Thickness in her match?
I
Was
didn't see him.
Thickness accompanied to the ring by Zoe?
I didn't see him. I didn't see the
Interesting.
with
The
the others. So
quiet
I don't.
demise of that kind of storyline, and that's okay because Zoe has been leaning a bit more to the face side of things, with Thickness kind of firmly staying on the neutral heel kind of side of the fence. Would you say that that's accurate?
Yeah, because like Thickness can play the good guy when he has to, but he is generally more considered a bad guy. He is
Mm,
that where Zoe's really been moving over to that almost reluctant good guy face, where she's still trying to be all heelish, but she's getting
mhm.
cheered.
Yeah. I mean, I personally feel she does better as a face. I know it's all more fun and whatever to be a heel,
Mm,
but for her, I mean, it's the same thing, like relatable. Don't like playing that we prefer to play the bad guy, but a good person is just what everyone else kind of sees. I kind of feel that she does better like that. Um, yeah. Interesting. Sounds like I missed a great main. I always love seeing the Thickness, just personal favorite of mine. Might be a little biased. Glad to hear you got a cannonball. Love that cannonball.
mm-hmm.
Sawmaker though, that is really kind of a game changer. That and Larry's bald spot.
There's ball
Mhm.
spot chain off the start of the show.
Of course
At the
there
start of the match,
was.
yeah.
Of course there was.
Where they locked up,
I
and he's
forgot to
just like,
switch tips.
yeah. Oh, sorry. Right there. We did it.
Yay!
We did it.
Ah, there was something else that happened after this, wasn't there?
Yes. So post match, after the show of respect between Thickness and Larry, Pride makes his way out to the ring with Seven, with Marz the Specialist. And I got some video. I found some video on Marz the Specialist page that he put out of the post match stuff. So I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna put it here. LPW. If you don't like it, I will cut this part out. Yeah, and we'll talk about it after, I guess. So I'm going to put that there. I know it's not the best. I just got what I can. So here we go. Tell me if you can hear, Mel.
Versus Lumberjack Larry Woods. One more time for the Grand Championship. You will lose again. Trust me. That's coming home with me. Oh, loser! Trust me! No more doubts! No more putting me down! No more bringing you before me! No more 7! I have the ability to make the deal with the devil. So next month, it will be Lumberjack Larry Woods versus Jack Pride versus Marz the Specialist. Goddamn hard on will burn up in flames when I win the LPW Grand Championship. Let's fucking
Yeah. So that happened. 7 has imploded and died.
Has it though?
Oh, 7's existed a lot longer than the 7 that we've seen.
I was gonna say 7 kind of transcends space and time, you know, so long as Jack Pride exists, so does 7.
But
this is not this version of 7 may have imploded, but we still have Thaddeus there. We still hypothetically could get the glue back in TJ Cannon. You know, there's room for addition, there's room for expansion. You know, LPW kind of has a knack for bringing in talent. Maybe they could find a new member. You know, this variation could be done, but, you know, I mean, there's that Diablo quote, you know, there's always that good and evil. We're always going to choose evil. The 7 sins always remain. That's going to be great. Ooh, I'm excited for this.
LPW 28 at the end of July. I think it's on July 26th. I still have to buy my ticket. Crap. I still need to buy. We still need to get tickets for this. I'll take care of that tomorrow. But yeah, I'm excited. This match is going to be insane. This main event looks like it's going to be straight fire. I am ready for this.
All yes. I'm looking forward because Pride likes to kind of speak out about these kind of big kind of matches that he's having. I'm curious to see what he says, and I'm curious to see what Larry and Marz's response, if any, is to Pride, because we know Pride can't stay quiet, and he shouldn't. I enjoy his content when he does put it out.
Yeah. So we did have two at this point. 2 other matches have been announced for LPW 20 that I do want to just quickly shout them out here. Smiley Kylie Ray, former AEW superstar and current independent wrestling star, will be coming in to face Zoe Sager next month. I'm looking forward to this. I am a big fan of Smiley Kylie Ray, and Zoe Sager's been just killing it, so I can't wait to see these two tangle up here, man.
Will be very, very interesting to see. Kylie is definitely that extreme face, always kind of walking that line. I'll be curious to see which side of the line she steps on.
Yeah, I'm excited for this one. And then for your LPW Challenge Championship, it is Michael Richard Blaze versus new TNA superstar Judas Icarus, let's go.
Oh, this is going to be a fucking killer match. That's going to be great. I love that kid. He's the sinner, right?
Are you sure?
I don't
You
know.
think Travis Williams is a saint? I don't know.
Based on how the two wrestle, yeah. He kind of takes a bit of a darker, hunchy persona, whereas Travis Williams kind of looks a little bit more innocent.
Yeah, but he was a jerk for so long. He's definitely no saint.
I mean, everyone was not so nice at some point, Andre.
Except
It's a
me.
story of redemption. Bullshit. It's a story of redemption. Maybe he found saintlyhood in professional wrestling. We're not
Yeah.
here to debate that. We're here to debate this. This is going to be freaking great.
I cannot wait to see this. This is going to just kill it. This is one of those guys who you don't quite like because he doesn't wear boots.
Yeah, I was going to say, I just remembered the shoes. I'm going to have such anxiety for his toes.
Oh, yeah.
Ah,
But
that'd be
gosh
great,
darn,
though.
was that a phenomenal like a phenomenal show. And they've already set up 3 phenomenal matches for next month. I am super excited for that.
Yay. Yay.
Yeah.
I'm excited, too.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be at this one.
You will. You will be joining me because we're going to I think we're going to RCW the weekend before.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
19th, I think, for the Hungarian show.
Yeah, the Hungarian show. I think. So yeah,
Yeah.
I can't wait for this. It's gonna be so much fun to see this. Smiley Kylie Ray, Judas Icarus coming in. I am so excited for this show. A crazy 3-way main event. That's gonna the show's gonna tear it down, man.
Yes. 100%.
100%. But we have come to the end of another episode of Chop Talk. I want to thank each and every one of you for joining us. You can find me on the X at That Canada Guy, TikTok, Instagram, and Threads at That Canada Dude. You can find me on you can find me on Facebook at Andre Melball Wrestling Talk, or right here on our YouTube page, youtube.com/ at Andre Melball Wrestling Talk. Right there, right there, right there. You can also find us over at SundayNightsMainEvent.com, where we put up all of our Japanese wrestling content, excluding Japanese Wrestling Update, because that is an OLE exclusive. You can find all of our coverage for New Japan, for Stardom, and for Mighty Gold, which will be coming up. Their big show is about a week and a half. Summer Destiny. I'm super excited for that show.
Yes.
Check all our Japanese wrestling content simulcasted in audio form over there. SundayNightsMainEvent.com. If you want to support them, patreon.com/SNME Radio, or go to choptees.com and click on the SNME Radio tab and go support them by buying some merch over there. I want to thank our friends over at OLE, like you had just talked about, with the Japanese Wrestling Update. You can check them out, twitch.tv/OurLocalEstablishment and youtube.com/@OurLocalEstablishment. I'm probably going to jump over to the YouTube right after this and watch a little bit of Honor Ramble after we're done recording this. So you can check them out. You can check me out this coming Wednesday, July 10th, hanging out with my boy, old Ed. We're going to be we're doing Marvel Talk returns with the MC Rebound as we go into Avengers Age of Ultron, baby. Let's go. We're coming back. Age of Ultron, a very underrated movie in the Marvel franchise. I very much enjoy this movie. James Spader, that voice as Ultron, it's just so good. It's just so good.
He plays such a good asshole, I know.
So check it out. And then one more shout out to our boy Mike the Ref over at Backbreaker Video for simulcasting all of our stuff. YouTube.com/@Backbreaker Video. You can find him live on Twitch, twitch.tv/Mike the Ref. Every Wednesday, Saturday, and pay-per-view Sunday, doing watch-alongs of all the AEW shows, whether it's Dynamite, Collision, or the monthly pay-per-views. Check him out over there. And then if you want, you can also check him out many other days of the week, playing video games over there. And if you want replays of him playing video games, go to youtube.com/@Backbreaker_gaming, where you can find content from him, Mr. PJC. That guy right there, Mr. Rick Jules, and their frequent guest, Kayla J. Yeah.
I'm trying.
I know you can't lift your arm too much. Melville, where can they find you?
If you're willing to follow a Melball, you can follow her on the X thing at Collins Melball. You can follow her on everything else: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Mastodon, and Blue Sky at Mel Paul Collins. You can also find me on our local establishment's programming, Japanese Wrestling Update with that guy on Friday at 8 p.m. Mountain Time. And this week it actually is live at 8 p.m. Mountain Time. Oh my God.
And we got some
Yeah.
news. We got some news.
And
Yeah.
we do have some news. We have some crazy news. So stay tuned to our socials to see the links for that. You can also catch me on Astro Bizarre's YouTube channel where we do our show, Ladies Wrestling Showcase. We are hoping to put on an episode very, very soon. She's been very, very busy with 4th of July, which is today. Happy 4th of July, everyone.
As we record this, yes, it is 4th of
Yes,
July.
yes. And you guys needed a lot of booze, which is why my friend is working so much. But we will be putting out a show very soon. We have a lot to talk about, especially AEW, Stardom, kind of NJPW news. So stay tuned to our socials to see when that's coming out. If you're wanting to, thank you. I forgot what next prompt I had. If you're wanting to catch a Love Wrestling show, you can go to their website, lovewrestling.ca, where you find their links to all of their shows, as well as the school, which is clandestinesociety.com. clandestinewrestlingsociety.com. So if you're wanting to become a professional wrestler, I assume a manager or referee as well, you can go check them out and see whenever their stuff is going on. Andre, what is that? Oh, right. You can also catch that. You take it over. I don't know this one.
So if you want to watch some LPW, but you can't get out there live, go to independentwrestling.tv for only $10 a month. You get access to LPW and so many more independent wrestling promotions. So check them out.
Thank you. Because I was like, what is that one? Right. That was their filming thing. What their amazing production crew is all around there for. As well as Dash and Boris. Andre, my supporting colleague, do you have anything else to say to the beautiful people?
Again, I just want to say thank all of you for joining us here. And especially thank you to Jason Rutledge for showing up at LPW. And I finally got another picture with him. I think I got 4 pictures with him so far this year, which is far less than last year. I only got 3 pictures with him, but I've got 4 entered into the draw because I got pictures sent to me by other people from the and we did see him in person at the AEW show. So I am qualifying that, even though we didn't take a photo with him. I'm qualifying that because we had seen it in person. So thank you, Jason Rutledge, for showing up. And to everybody else, I don't have one with me. So
I have video evidence of him being there. We did the swerve dance.
No. I'm saying I know he's there. I just don't have a photo with him. But other people sent me photos of him in the costume, so I'm entering it into the Jason Rutledge Cosplay Award. Because
we took pictures with him in the lobby.
Maybe on your phone, not on mine. But otherwise, I want to thank each and every one of you for joining us here. So if you can, like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment down below because we want to hear from you. We appreciate every kind word you drop to us. And don't forget to share us out to your friends, family, and just wonderful other human beings in this world. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you can be alerted every time we drop a new video.
Ding dong. Oh dear. And that being said, I am your mama. Over there is Andre. We will see you next time. Mwah.